Amy Silverstein is a remarkable woman. A heart transplant recipient at the age of 25, she has been living a productive life for 2 decades. Her memoir, Sick Girl, is a candid story of her long medical journey. Amy, good morning.
Good morning, Julie.
When you first had your heart transplant, doctors said you have 10 years to live.
They did. They told me I had 10 years if I was lucky. But here I am. It's almost 21 years after.
How is it that you have defied these medical odds?
Well, I ask myself that, and I don't think my doctor really has the answer to that, but I think it has a lot to do with the fact that I've been given this wondrously donated heart that really matches my body very well, and also that I'm a very devoted patient. When I tell you, Julie, that I haven't had a pat of butter in 20 years because it's not good for my heart, I really haven't. Not a sip of alcohol in 20 years. It's not good for my medicine. So I am an exceptionally devoted patient to give my body the best chance. And then I really think that it's love. I have this incredible love in my life. My husband was my boyfriend at the time of my transplant and asked me to marry him when I was in the ICU, which was incredible. And that love continues today, and it really keeps me going.
You look beautiful, you look so healthy,
Thank you.
But your book is a very honest book because it's not as easy as you make it look to the people at home watching right now. It's a struggle, isn't it?
It's a struggle, some days a very big struggle, and I was determined to write an honest book. You know, even though society really frowns on honesty when it comes to talking about living with chronic illness, people want to hear the gratitude, they want to hear the happiness, and I am grateful and very happy. But the part that is missing from the dialogue and the part that I introduce in my book is the idea that there can be a person, me, who voices and who feels gratitude right alongside the loss and the troubles that come along with living with chronic illness. And you know, Julie, feeling the whole thing and voicing the whole thing doesn't mean you're ungrateful or a bad person. It just means you're telling it like it is.
Well, what's so shocking is initially when you were in law school, you went to go see a doctor and they said, oh, it's just stress from being in law school.
Right.
And then what happened?
Well, he said I had low blood pressure and I should salt my food. And a few months later, I was back in his office with congestive heart failure that really screamed out to him, this girl is ill. But I looked well, as I do now. You know, looks can be deceiving, and doctors need to be reminded of that.
And then what happened? The doctor?
He knew that I had congestive heart failure and admitted me to the hospital immediately for tests to see why such a young woman would have congestive heart failure, which is something that much older people have.
It's kind of like a lesson, you know, don't trust everyone just because they're in white coats. Like, listen to your intuition.
Absolutely. Bring your intuition to every doctor's appointment because, you know, your doctor has a degree in medicine, but you sort of have a degree in your own body. You know what feels right and wrong. And I have to tell you, at the time of that appointment with the doctor, I knew there was something wrong with my heart, but I just didn't want to believe it. I wanted to believe that everything was okay. So when he said low blood pressure, I said, oh, great, bye-bye, and ran out the door. I wanted to be well.
In the final seconds, when you went back, was he, you know, receptive? He was listening to you, or?
He was tremendously receptive and pulled every string he could to get me into the hospital right away.
A lot of lessons to be learned in your book. Amy Silverstein, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's a great read.
Thank you.
To read an excerpt from Amy's book called Sick Girl, go to our website, earlyshow.cbsnews.com. We'll be right back with Oscar winner Jennifer Connelly. You're watching The Early Show.